Hello everyone, welcome to chemistry class. Here we are with the chapter number 2, physical and chemical changes. In this chapter we will be discussing about the different types of changes that occur all around us. Before moving on to these types of changes, let us first know what these changes are. What actually we are going to learn. So first of all, there is a question: what is chemistry? What do we study in this subject? The simple answer, that as you have learned already in class 6th, that chemistry is the study of substances and their transformation. So when any substance changes from one form to another, the word transformation means change. How the substance change from one form to another form, like ice change to water on a particular temperature. So that is a kind of a change that is happening. Suppose coal burns and produces carbon dioxide, that is a change that is happening. You take a piece of paper and on burning it will turn into ashes, so that is a change that is happening. You keep the wet clothes in the sun, then they will be turned to dry clothes where the water has gone. That is a change that is happening. So all the changes that are happening are an integral part of the nature. Yes, changes are integral part. They are one of the most eminent, most important parts of the nature, and they take place every moment around us. Even right now you're watching this video, there are a lot of changes all around you, or even in your own body lot of changes are happening. Maybe uh, that examples that we will see here, like the melting of ice is a change, freezing of water is a change, ripening of fruit, digestion of food, the growth of the plants and animals, everything is a kind of a change, and they happen all around us. So in this chapter we will be learning all these changes systematically. So let us see the first type of the changes that are given here are reversible and irreversible changes. Yes, we can classify the changes in two categories as reversible and irreversible. A change is reversible when the opposite change can be brought about by reversing the condition. Focus on this word reversing. That means making the opposite change by opposite condition. We can opposite a change by the opposite condition. Just a simple example is written here: ice melt on being heated. This is what? This is a condition. Heating is a condition. On heating only ice will melt. And water freezes on being cooled. Water will freeze and become ice on being cooled. So just notice the condition: heating and cooling, they are just opposite. So on changing the condition, the change is becoming reversed. It is getting reversed. Ice and water, they are the two things that are producing. Ice on heating will become water. Water or cooling, or on cooling to a very low temperature, will become ice. So this is all what is we say as a reversible change. So other than this, we can also write like vaporization of the water. If water is heated to a high temperature, it will become vapor, and that vapor, if you collect and cool it down, that it will condense. This is called condensation of the water vapor. So these are also reversible changes. Basically we can say all changes in the state of matter are reversible. Please mark this line in your book: all the changes in the state of matter, when solid change to liquid, liquid to gas, and vice versa is happening, then we can say that it is change in state of matter, and hence it is a reversible change. We can do the opposite of this change by changing the conditions. Also some other examples we will see now, like the glowing of an electric bulb. The glowing of the electric bulb, also the heating of the electric iron or heater, all these are physical changes. Like the bulb's glow will vanish. We can switch on and off the bulb again, and many number of times it can be done. Then iron or heater cools down when the electric current is switched off. If you switch on, then it will produce the heat. If you switch it off, then it will turn off and it will again cool down. So that is a particular physical process, and the change is called as the reversible change. there are certain changes which we cannot reverse. They are called irreversible changes. Even on making the opposite situations, on changing the condition or reversing the condition also, we are not successfully getting the change in opposite manner. So let us read this. A change is said to be irreversible when opposite change cannot be brought about by reversing the condition. Even by reversing the condition, you will not be able to do the opposite change. Like milk can be changed into curd, but curd cannot be changed back into milk. Same way, another example will read like on being heated, sugar gets cured. It will form a black mass. But if you cool that black mass or that cured sugar, will not get the sugar in the original form because it has already burned. Then another example, one more is there that I will tell you like food you eat, that food is producing energy in your body. After that one time energy you have taken, can you get the food back? It is not possible. So all these changes are called as irreversible changes. So all these are irreversible changes: curdling of milk, carrying of sugar, digestion of food, photosynthesis in plant, and a long list can be made of this thing. Let us read some examples are there: burning of coal, wood, paper, kerosene, photosynthesis in plant, digestion of food, clotting of blood, growth of the plants and animal. All of these are irreversible changes. I hope the topic is clear to you. Let us now move on to the desirable and undesirable changes. In regard to the desirable changes, something we desire, that we want to happen, so they are called desirable changes, and we will want them to happen because they are useful. So if any change is useful to us, they are called desirable. Like ripening of fruit, if fruits don't get ripened, we cannot enjoy the delicious fruits. So the ripening of fruit, it is a desirable change. Next, growth in living beings. All of us want to be big and tall, so that is a growth in living beings. Even in the plants, in the animals, in the human beings, the growth is a desirable change. Then changes involved in cooking. We cannot eat raw food, we cannot eat raw vegetables, so cooking, it is a desirable change, it is something useful to us. So these are certain examples of desirable change. Next is undesirable, something that produces some loss which are harmful to us. They are all undesirable changes. Like rusting of iron, if rusting takes place, then iron will become weak, iron metal becomes weak. So that is actually a undesirable change, it is an undesirable change. Then spoiling of food, cooking of food is desirable, but after cooking you keep the food for a long time, it will get spoiled, then we cannot eat that. So that is something harmful, it is a loss that has happened to us. So it's spoiling of food, it is undesirable change. There are big disasters like earthquakes, cyclones, volcanic eruptions. All these disasters like floods and many other things are there. They are called as disasters. All the disasters are put in the category of undesirable change because they cause a huge loss to the life and property of the human beings, the plants and animals. Everyone is destroyed in this. So all the disasters are undesirable changes. I hope the next type of the changes are clear to you. Two types we have seen: desirable, undesirable, and reversible and irreversible changes. Let us now move on to the next, and the most important types that are given here are physical and the chemical changes. That is the name of chapter itself. So let us now deal with these changes. First of all, we will see the physical change. What is a physical change? So the physical change are actually those changes in which no new substance are formed. This is one of the condition for a physical change to be present. So if any change is physical change, there nothing new will be formed. And second thing is what? It can be reversed by reversing the condition. So these 2 points we have to note down whenever this definition is asked. The change is called as a physical change only if no new substance are formed, and it can be reversed by reversing the conditions. Then only we can say it is a physical change. I hope the point is clear to everyone. Some examples we will see to make it more clear. Like the changes in the state of the matter. Changes in state of matter, like ice is changing to water. Now ice and water, if you say, you can say the substance is changing, ice is changing to water. So why I am saying no new substance is produced? Obviously no new substance is there. Water, if you say what is the chemical formula, it is H2O. H2O is water. And what is the formula of ice? It is also H2O. So chemical composition is not changing, it is still the same thing. Okay, the solid is changing to liquid, but the chemical composition is same. Ice and water are same thing only, but just the state of matter is different. One side H2O is in solid, other side H2O is in liquid form. So that is only, we can say that by this point we can say that no new substance is there. So it fulfills the first condition of this definition, no new substance are produced. Okay, so first condition is fulfilled. Second, now it can be reversed by reversing the condition. Is it possible? See here, we already have discussed this, that ice on heating becomes water, and water on cooling will become again ice. So now reversing the condition, we have reversed the condition. First the condition is heating, second condition is cooling. On heating water is produced, on cooling ice is produced. That means second condition of this definition, it can be reversed on reversing the condition. It is also equally correct. So that is why, because both these points are present in this changing of ice to water. So that is why we can say it is a physical change. It is a reversible change we had discussed earlier, and now we can say it is a physical change. So in the upcoming video we will be discussing the various types of the changes. Many examples we will be seeing. For this video we will take a wind up. For now, see you next week with the examples of physical changes. Any doubts or any suggestions are there, you can post it in the comment section below. I will be happy to help you. Thank you for now.